New pedals, new games, new racing challenge, and many other news right here, right now. Greetings pedalheads and welcome to RaceRoom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our news roundup where we tell you all that's new in the world of sim racing, racing games and anything else of interest to petrolheads in all things digital. Funny how things go, we had last week only one tidbit of information, albeit a very important information, and this week we are chock full of very interesting news, be it new pedals from Thrustmaster, a new publisher for racing games, small news about RaceRoom, our weekly race, and lots of games on sale on Steam that may interest you a lot. If you have any news for us, be it a sim racing league, a different sim racing event, or any other news that you think fit here, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. That's news@romrom.net. I spy with my little eye. Social media have been lighting up about images that appear to be showing Thrustmaster's new pedals with magnetic sensors. From what we gather sifting through the rumors, it seems that they will hit the streets in February of this year and may have a price tag of around 200 to 300 USD. We haven't got any official information from Thrustmaster of any of this, but they reacted in social media, making it clear that a price of over $300 US quoted by a user was quote-unquote wrong. So there's a semi-official confirmation of the existence of the pedals. As soon as we know more, you'll know more. Motorsport Games, owners of, you guessed it, motorsport sites such as Autosport, Moto1 or Motorsport, has been organizing esport tournaments for a couple of years now. At last week's Autosport International, they shared the information that they are now going into games development. As you can imagine, they're not gonna be producing dating games, but rather, surprise, racing games. They already have had a controlling stake in CW04 Games for a while, who develop the NASCAR Heat racing games. Now they informed us that they are going to have development studios in Orlando, Florida, Moscow, a third undisclosed location, esports in Silverstone, and with central offices in London. We'll see the first games coming from this operation in 2021, and from what we hear, they are going to concentrate mostly in the simcade market, and as it seems, mostly on consoles. Some quickies from RaceRoom Racing Experience. From Q2 of this year on, you will be able to buy the Daytona International Speedway for RaceRoom, as well as the Porsche 911 RSR. Aidan Millward is gonna love this one, because Sector 3 Studios is gonna do a special event called Bathurst 333 on the 2nd of February of this year. You can enter by racing the GTR3 or the GTR4 series, and if you leave a time on their leaderboard, you will be invited to take part. The entry fee is 200 VRP. Speaking of RaceRoom, as I've been doing almost every week this year, this Sunday I'm also going to race with the VGA, the Video Game Addicts, on RaceRoom Racing with DTM 2016 this week in Nürburgring, one of my most favorite tracks. As always, you are invited to race with us because it's a fun race. The server is gonna be open from about 2000 CET, qualifying will be at 2100 CET, and the race will start at 2120 CET, and as always will take about half an hour. The server name is VGA DTM server, the password is Fred. Anyone who wants is invited to join, race, stream, chat. Steam are at it again with a Lunar New Year sale. Welcome to the year of the rat. And interesting for us petrolheads are games like F1 2016, which is reduced by 75% to a price of €12.50, F1 2018 Also, with a price of €12.50, F1 2019 reduced by 50% to a price of €27.50. Truck racing reduced by 40% to a price of almost €24. Assetto Corsa Competizione is reduced by 40% to a price of almost €24. Dirt Rally 2 is reduced by 70% to a price of almost €15. Kartcraft, on the other hand, is reduced by 30% to a price of €12.59. With regards to Project Cars 2, you have the choice to buy the standard edition with a price reduction of 75% to a price of €14.99, so almost 15, or to buy the Project Cars 2 Deluxe edition reduced by 50% to a price of almost 45%. And let's not forget that the DLCs are also reduced by 50%. Even R Factor 2 is cheaper to get with a price reduction of 50% to a price of almost €15, but not the DLCs that are not official Steam DLCs. You know how it is with R Factor 2. And Wreckfest, our favorite destruction rally, is reduced by 60% to a price of €16. But unluckily the DLCs are not reduced and the Season Pass is only reduced by 10%, which is not much. European Truck Simulator 2 reduced by 75% to a price of almost €5, and here the special that they have a Lunar New Year bundle with lots of DLCs reduced to 72% to a price of a little bit over €40. They also have Assetto Corsa reduced by 75% to a price of almost €5, but I recommend getting the Ultimate Pack, which brings all the DLCs for only €5 more. These are all in all good offers with prices at least as good as with other sales. Did you find your game here? Which was it? Did you not? Which game would you have liked to find in the sale? Leave us a note in the comments. And while you're at it, check the playlist to the left or the video to the right, both sharing the joy of sim racing. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.